It's your July mortgage and housing update. So if you're new to the channel, if you're not, say it with me. I'm a lender licensed in 48 states. My team's one of the top purchase teams in the country. We're happy to help you. So any questions, reach out. Calendar link in the description. And my phone number is 707-478-0637. That's right. That's for the people watching on TV. I care about you. Okay, so let's cut to it. I just wanted a peaceful month. That's it. I just wanted to maybe do a barbecue, a pool float. July is not a peaceful month, okay? Now, first of all, from a mortgage standpoint, what's going on with rates? I like rates. Rates are good right now. Rates are very, they're nice. They're on the lower side of what we've seen in the last few months. I'm happy with rates. I'm not crying under my desk. They're good. After the last Fed meeting, we were all like, they're never going to lower rates. And hey, they may not. But right now, the market, because of some data, as well as, Jerome Powell had a steak sandwich somewhere and said something, the market thinks that rates are going to come down in September. So we're already seeing pricing get a little bit better based off that optimism, which sounds ridiculous, but that's actually the way it works now. So I'm enjoying rates. Rates are great. If you guys haven't, let's say you got pre-approved a couple months ago and you were like, check back in. Okay, check back in, guys. And if you guys bought a house last year, especially my VA friends, and I don't know where you got locked, but it may make sense to do an IRRRL, okay? Okay, so rates are good, happy there. Will rates lower in September? I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Here's the thing. There's so much unpredictability in the world right now. It's impossible to even have a clue what could happen in the next month. And I say that because if I'm thinking about the financial markets, if I'm thinking about, what's going to happen with inflation and what's going to happen with jobs, I'm also thinking about the political election. And I'm thinking about the fact that this month we've already had one assassination attempt. Seriously, had he not turned his head, we wouldn't have it's just nuts, right? Nuts. So we've had an assassination attempt, and then over here, we've had a candidate who's the president, where the news is filled with his party saying he needs to step down. And, as just an American citizen, I'm like, okay, so somehow we don't have enough protection here? How is that possible? I don't see how that's possible. And over here, wait a second, everyone said he was great and that anyone who said he wasn't great was just stupid, but now they're saying something's wrong? Okay. Guys, we don't even know who's going to run. That's the thing. Trump, yes, he is the candidate. He is going to run. I don't know. Do you guys know? None of us know. I mean, if you go to the news, who knows? It's really interesting to watch. At least in my adult life, I've never seen a sitting president have a party try to take them out via the news. So that is a moment in time, right? And over here, my goodness, I hope we get some real protection, because if we become a country where our candidates are assassinated, that is a scary time, okay? So how in the world are we supposed to know if rates are going to go down in September? We don't even necessarily know who one of our candidates is going to be for president. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say here is it's sure, maybe. I don't know. Let's see what happens next month. Okay, so housing, right? We'll get away from politics. And look, it's not a political statement on either. It's just what world are we in right now? This is crazy what's going on from a historical perspective. All of it, okay? All of it is crazy from a historical perspective. Housing, look, there's certain parts of the country where we're seeing more inventory, which is great. And I'm so excited for buyers. I was talking to one of my friends in Oregon, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? She's like, oh, we're a little bit slower. And I'm like, how's inventory? She's like, we actually have more. And I'm like, cool. So why are you slower? She's like, everyone's enjoying the sun. And I'm like, immediately, Any buyers in Oregon, go shopping now. Go shopping now, and that's the thing. You want to look for the opportunity in your market. And there's certain parts of the country where, like, I think of Washington, where the weather's not always great. They don't always see the sun. So when the sun comes out, no one wants to go to an open house if they haven't seen the sun in a few months. They want to go to the park. They want to go, to the lake. They want to do something outside. They want to sit and outdoor dine, right? I spend my time in Florida. I outdoor dine a lot, except for in summer, which I don't. So look, there's opportunities in markets right now, and then I always do feel like the areas where it's miserable in summer, right? Like, I actually kind of love Florida in summer now because I feel like it's a free sauna, right? I'm really into biohacking, and sauna is supposed to be great for your health. And the cool thing about Florida is you don't have to buy a sauna. You don't have to rent one. Just go outside for like 20 minutes. You're good. You're good. So that's a great time to buy theirs because some people don't appreciate the sauna effect. So you have less competition. So look at your local market, see if people are distracted. Ask yourself, am I distracted right now? Because if you're like, oh my God, I've just been dealing with the kids being home, or we've just been at the lake every weekend, we haven't been looking at houses, guess what? That's probably the bulk of your competition, and there's an opportunity you could be missing, okay? Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The jokes I could make off of that, but I'm not going to do it. Buyer's agreements. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys. So like July is actually going to be the biggest month I've had so far in how many closings we have. I think last month we helped 56 home buyers home. This month's even bigger. And that's just me. That's not like my company or anything else. So it's really busy, which is great. But like real estate agents, the ones that we work with a lot, they're great, but even they're nervous. They're scared about next month, not all of them, but some of them. And then some of the agents, man, that I'm meeting, they're on edge and everything's heightened. And it's because of the changes that are happening next month. So next month, we move into this weird new world where all of a sudden buyers who have no education on this and no experience with this are going to be negotiating real estate agent commissions. And real estate agents are going to have to be walking buyers through documents that talk about their commission, but also lock the buyer to them for a period of time. And in many cases, there's no final documents yet. And it's not because anyone's asleep at the wheel. It's because everyone's still trying to figure out what the legal way to move forward is. So if you guys are looking at home buying or home selling and you're not familiar with what the NAR lawsuit was, you need to look it up. You need to read up on it. You need to read up on buyer's agreements. This is something that's going to change the way that real estate is done in the United States. And it's going to be really rocky at first because from what I'm seeing, it's all over the map, guys. So as we head into August, we'll be talking more about that. But if you're a buyer and you're presented with a buyer's agreement, make sure the agent's going through it with you. Make sure you recognize both the commission and time period are negotiable. Okay? And if you feel like someone's bullying you or pushing you, or if someone sends you that agreement and they don't go through with it, with you, don't sign it. Don't sign it. I've talked to a bunch of the agents that I know, and I've been like, hey, I'm about to tell everyone in America that if an agent doesn't go through this buyer's agreement and just tells them to sign it, they should dump them and run. And every single one has said, yes, tell them that. Because they are all going to be going through them because it's a contract that you're signing with the agent that affects your money. So it is something they should be going through with you. And that's really going to be the star of August, I would think. But then again, I mean, look at what's, I don't know what's going to happen in August. We'll see what happens in August. But that's happening in the real estate industry. It's a huge change. And no one's prepared for it. So eyes wide open, buyers and sellers as well, because this impacts your wallet also. So just a quick update. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe. I hope if you're in a sunny area or a nice area, wherever you are, you're enjoying it to the best of your ability. And look, if you're home shopping, right? If you're like, yeah, we're going to start in August, maybe start this month if you're in one of those areas that doesn't normally see sun, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.